I'm James Blakely. I'm with Black Sheep Bikes. I started the company 14 years ago, and I'm going to walk through our dual suspension fat bike right now. We're going to start at the front end, and we'll start at the wheel and work our way up. This is a standard fat wheel, 135 mil spacing, but we're using a 12 mil solid axle for rigidity. What we've connected that to is a titanium truss. And so this part with the bridging and the tubing is called a truss. It's in charge of the vibration damping. This truss mounts to this linkage assembly, which is called the girder. So this is really three suspension systems. You've got low pressure tire, you've got titanium truss, you've got girder. And so these three suspension systems complement each other in terms of the ride of the bike. As you work your way up, you'll also see XX1 drivetrain and Formula R1 brakes on our one-piece bar stem. This is a bar that's engineered to have a nice comfortable standard position, an out of the saddle position, and kind of an arrow or a road position for when you really want to kind of stretch out. So that covers the front end of the bike, and we're going to talk about the frame. This is what we call our Highlight ST. The ST stands for Softail, but that's kind of a misnomer because this also has 90 mils of travel like the front end. It's damped with a Fox shock, has a linkage for lateral rigidity so the bike is stiff, and then it's got a titanium flex plate instead of a bearing or bushing assembly. We also have a telescoping chainstay so this bike can be tensioned for a belt drive or a roll-off or for single-speed use. The drivetrain itself is the new SRAM XX1, 170 mil spacing on the back hub, and then the Middleburn snow cranks, a lightweight Hope pedal, our tie post, Brooks saddle and wrap, and all 32 pounds for about 10 grand. The reason that we really kind of built this truss assembly is to kind of, or the girder assembly rather, is to kind of prototype forks. It's an easier fork to modify in terms of geometry. By changing where you put these two collars, you can change offset and axle to crown on the fork, which lets us basically fine-tune the ride much easier. And then different shocks or different pressure and settings on the shock are at your fingertips when you're on the bike, so it's real tunable that way as well. Retail again about 10 grand, fork probably 27.50 and 4,500.
All fat bikes. 10 grand everything.
Everything.